The Great Salt Lake is the largest saltwater lake in the Western Hemisphere and the 8th largest terminal lake in the world. It is the largest remnant of a prehistoric lake bonneville that once covered much of western Utah. The three major rivers that feed it together deposit about 1.1 million tons of mineral in the lake each year. The lake provides habitat for millions of native birds, brine shrimp, shorebirds, and waterfowl. Aside from all the information we presented, the views are uniquely spectacular from 3,000 feet above ground level. There is a settled majesty that is worthy to behold in one's lifetime. The colored flats and the rugged, grand rocks give a sense of purity and romance, the gift of wonder. The landscape serenely gives you a sense of where you're going and why. So interestingly, the change in the level of the lake is strongly modulated by the Pacific Ocean through atmospheric circulation that fluctuates at low frequency. The mostly solid causeway built in the 1950s is now owned and operated by Union Pacific Railway. The railway divides the lake into three portions: the northeast arm, northwest arm, and southern. The causeway obstructed the normal mixing of the waters of the lake, and hence the northwest arm, or Gunnison Bay, has no major river feed to it, and it is substantially saltier than the rest of the lake due to evaporation. This saltier environment promotes different types of algae than those growing in the southern part of the lake, leading to a marked color difference on the two sides of the causeway. There are 8 named islands and several rocks, reefs, or shoals in the lake that have never been totally submerged during historic time. All have been connected to the mainland by exposed shoals during periods of low water. Due to the warm waters of Great Lake, lake effect snowfalls are a frequent phenomenon as the cold winds generally blow across the lake following the passage of a cold front, and the warm lake form clouds that lead to precipitation downwind of the lake. The salinity of the lake's main basin, or Gilbert Bay, is highly variable and ranges from 5 to 27%. For comparison, the average salinity of the world ocean is 3.5%, and that of the Dead Sea is 33.7%. The high salinity in parts of the lake makes them uninhabitable for all but a few species, including brine shrimp, brine flies, and several forms of algae. Salinity differences result in significantly different biota. A cyanobacteria or blue-green algae causes the greenish tint in the southern part, and north of the causeway is caused by an algae that releases beta-carotene, and that gives the water an unusual red or purplish color. Great Salt Lake contributes an estimated $1.3 billion annually to Utah's economy, most of the revenue from the mineral extraction, 9% from recreation, and about $57 million from harvest of brine shrimp, which is about 35 to 45% of worldwide supply of brine shrimp. By the way, I did not see the Robert Smithson's Spiral Jetty or Brother Bainbridge North Shore Mountain from our viewpoint at any time, so I cannot claim validity of the latter. The former, however, is submerged in the point. From here we do a RNAV approach into runway 3 of Ogden Airport and cross over the Sispy intersection for final to runway 3. Approaching runway 3, we have to do a circle to land on runway 17. The Ogden Airport is nestled just southwest of the city. After a missed approach at Ogden, we're on our way over the range towards Logan Cache Airport, or Kilo Lima Golf Uniform. And crossing over the Wasatch Range, we head towards the initial approach fix. Heading north, we cross part of the Wasatch Range and head towards the initial approach fix for a ILS, DME ARC ILS approach into runway 17 at Logan Cache Airport. The valley in between the Wasatch Range is a gorgeous quilted patchwork of colors that are spectacular to look at. After completing the approach onto runway 17, we circled to land on runway 35. while the valley below is still green, you can see it's in October, early October, and there's still a substantial amount of snow caps on the Wasatch Range. After finishing the approach, we cross back over the range at 10,000 feet, back towards Ogden.